Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy that you're with us. It's the end of July.
It's the end of July already. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's hot as hell.
Girl, record-breaking hot.
Record, like 100-degree. Never had happened before, right? Record-breaking. It was bizarre.
I found that unbelievable.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that Tampa had never reached 100-degree proper.
I guess it had not. Humidity-wise, it's probably been 150 most of the time.
Right. Heat index here,
Yeah.
da. But the technical temperature, I really didn't think that Tampa would not have hit that since they've been keeping records already.
Seriously. But, you know, we're here for it. And,
well, we're giving our brand new air conditioners for us hurricane survivors a run for the money, right? Let's see if these things can really handle the dog days.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah. Let me just see how this service plan works for me.
Fingers and toes crossed right now. So.
Fingers and toes crossed is right. And I will say that is one thing that if you don't live in this area and you travel down here, you will commend us on our air conditioning. I mean, yes. I know if you travel up north, air conditioning is not nearly as powerful, and we show them how it's done down here. That's for sure. But
I would like the split unit jet turbine. Thank you.
Exactly. And yes, I'd like it to be at 72 degrees, but I don't want my electric bill to be that high. So I'm going to keep it at 74.
So why don't you get your brother Billy in here and get me some new windows? Thank you so much.
That's right. Yeah, maybe that might help you just a little bit.
You know what? I was going to say HVAC and window company. Somebody needs to do the official partnership. They probably already have.
And then throw roofing on top of it. But that is way too many umbrellas for us.
Well, if I had 3 sons, I had signed each one of them a contractor position. But I do not, much to my mother's dismay.
Right.
Sorry, Bambi.
Sorry.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was really good. I worked on Sunday and Saturday. I worked in the morning, and then my daughter coerced me to go to Tampa International Mall, which, I mean, not that is so difficult to go to, but I do love that mall. But there's a store that all the teen girls love.
Okay. And I want to know, what is the rage? What is the 411?
It's called Garage, and they all love it. I will say, like, as someone that worked in the retail sector for way more than I care to admit at times, it does have really good quality of clothing. It really does. The quality is there, but what they like right now is so.
Give me a reference. Are we talking like Forever 21? Are we talking Abercrombie Hollister?
Oh, it's almost like an H&M where there's nothing fancy.
Okay.
It is all like they do room color palettes, and it is all about this tee, or this cami, and they're all the same color. There's no design on it. It's got a model finish, so it's not like a cheap tank that you would get at, like, I don't know, I'm just going to throw 2 brands out there. Forever 21 or Aeropostale or Old Navy, where it's just not going to wear through time. And and sweatpants are like the biggest rage right now. I mean, my daughter lives in sweatpants.
God bless him, man.
Which is such a horrible transition, because we were just talking about freaking 100-degree weather, and now we're talking about sweatpants. And my dad's like, well, maybe you need to turn down the air conditioning, or turn up the air conditioning, I guess it would be literally, if your daughter's wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Clearly it must be too cold. And I'm like, that isn't the way it works.
No. And you obviously forgot, because he had 2 girls, you and your sister. And I remember vividly, the back to school catalogs would, things we always would be. Things we say now, the catalogs and magazines would come in the mail, and or the JCPenney catalog, and we would see the new fall fashions and be like, oh my God, I want that. Oh my God, I want that. Midwestern fall fashion, pants, jackets, turtlenecks, sweatshirts, pullovers. and you go back to school. Well, back in my day, right after Labor Day, it's still hot as Satan
it's still
out
hot
there.
as hell. You can't even wear your clothes, and then I don't know why you even bought them yet.
I'm waiting at my bus stop in these adorable fall fashion plaid pants with a sweater vest in 98 degree.
Exactly.
You know what? Nobody but young people understand the cost of fashion more.
They don't.
Because they were willing to freeze their tits off or sweat their tits off for the moment. You got to
it's the same way here. Yeah. She's willing to just sweat completely because if it looks good. And my oldest and my daughter, they argue about, they steal each other's sweatshirts all the time. They're always wearing a sweatshirt. Cooper just came home from the gym and he's wearing a black tank top and a pair of sweatpants. I mean, it's just what they do. But when we lived up north, do you know what we couldn't get Cooper out of? Shorts.
Exactly.
Every
time standing at the bus stop in snow with shorts.
They're wearing their winter jacket, but they've got the shorts on at the same time.
Because you force them to wear the jacket.
Yeah. So these clothes are not cheap, as none of them are when they're fashionable. But I will say that the quality is there, so it's whatever. It's worth it. But you had just mentioned.
My OCD brain would actually love that if it was color coordinated areas in the store.
It does make it easy because you can say like they had this like online. You could see this almost like it was almost a raspberry, but it was more of a dark wine color. That's like their color for the season. And you walk in and you're like, no, that's actually not going to be the right one for me. But you can at least move on to the next section, which the next one was like some light blues and yellows, which just eat my daughter's heart out. Right. And then the next section was like a light pink and a heather gray. And so, and they had jeans galore.
I don't even know if you guys have them down here, but the only other store that I can remember that used to color coordinate like that. So it was very easy. If I had a yellow outfit that night, I wanted yellow jewelry, I walked to the yellow area of the store.
Yes.
The only store that I ever knew of that was like that, besides the place that you're telling me, is Charming Charlie's. And I don't think that they had those everywhere. I don't know.
I don't think they did.
But they were jewelry and accessory stores.
Yeah.
But they were color coordinated.
Yeah, they really, every color vomited in every section because it was so color coordinated, right?
Yes, but it still satisfied. It did. I don't know.
No,
deep down.
Back then it was matchy. That's what you did.
Right. Statement necklaces. Let's talk about the big belted band belts that went around your one-piece dress. Yeah, bandeau dresses, all the things. Yes, I want it.
All those things.
We all have to match. So
we do.
And what color are we all wearing tonight?
That's right. Yeah, what are you going to wear tonight? But they had a ton of jeans, but they have a ton of jeans at Garage, and they were adorable, but my daughter can't buy any of them just because, just like you and I, she's been given the God gift of long legs, and you can't buy anything when
everybody wants them and nobody understands the responsibility they come with.
That's right. It is a very big responsibility. And that's actually why I loved the Gap so much when I was younger, because they were the only ones that carried the long lengths.
Well, just tell Flynn, even nowadays at 2025, she is sitting much prettier than we were because
easily
it's ridiculous. Had to hunt for a 34 inseam. God damn it. No,
I think I had to wear it like half the way up my pelvic area just so that it was long enough.
Honey, we were talking about those kids that wouldn't dress appropriately at the bus stop. I wore capris for 3 years, and it wasn't because I was some rebellious child. It's because my legs were so skinny and so bird-like that they were not long enough to fit pants. And my mother said, "You look good in clam diggers." I wore capris for like 3 years in middle school because nobody cared if they were long enough, right?
No, you're bringing it back. I get it. I don't even want to think back to.
Well,
I don't even know, but I don't know. So yeah. But other than that, that was good. You sent me this fantastic picture of.
So yes, we'll wrap up our weekend stuff, and then I realized we owe a shout out to you good people. But weekend stuff wise, I made it. I made it to Mahafers.
Love this.
Went on Friday. It was fantastic.
I love this.
You're absolutely right. Movie magic, people. Okay. That's all I get. And I was joking with the bartender. Movie magic. It is like nothing has changed.
It is awesome.
In the best way. But I'm just
Did you get your shot at the door or no?
You know what? I showed a fake ID and they let me in. No.
That's perfect.
I showed a fake vaccination card and they're like, "You're good." No, I'm just kidding. They told us we all had to carry them for the rest of our lives, right?
They did. And make sure you put these in your favorites on your phone.
You can't travel. You can't go to Mahafers, right?
Right. That's right. These are the list of places you cannot go if you do not have a COVID card.
Just don't ask for the doctor that, Dr. Phalange that signed my tetanus shot on my card. Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's over on 34th and St.
But
Pete.
no, shout out to Mahafers. I had their infamous Bloody Mary, which we talked about in one of our previous podcasts.
Yes. And looked really good.
It was just as good as I remembered. I think I freaked the bartender out because I was like, I've had dreams about this. And she's like, cool. And just handed me that.
She's like, are you talking about this or just this, right?
It was like 1:30 on a Friday. The only other people that were there were the people that I understood why she was talking to them like that. I'm a friendly Sally and I'm a local, so please talk to me. It got better. And trust me, I'm not saying that their wait staff and bar staff are not approachable or friendly. That's not what I was saying at all. I was just acting like a fool when I first sat down. And so she's like, what's this girl on? Kind of thing. And in reality, I'm just excited for the Bloody Mary.
And you're excited that you were there.
Yes. Yeah. And spending time with my man. We both took off on Friday, which is a rarity. So we were able to go do
that is a rarity.
We had a ton of things to do around the house. And actually, I will give it to Trent. He was the responsible one. And so when we woke up on Friday, he's like, well, I was thinking we could do a couple things around the house and go ahead and just get him out of the way. And I was like, no. I go, there's 2 other days of this weekend. This is our PTO get out of jail free card day.
Yes.
Let's go do something fun. And so it didn't take much convincing. Next thing you know, he's like, let's go to Mahafers. I was like, okay. So we go to Mahafers. We'll post some photos. Yeah. It's amazing. It's all the dinges back, all the dollar bills. I saw dollar bills there from 2002.
Stop it.
Yeah. I looked around.
They saved them. Of course you did. We're investigating now. Every time we go, now we're like investigating. I love it.
But it was all the kitschy stuff, all the, like Broken Lizard movie, like, shenanigans, shit on the still there. And I will say this, I walked in, I bravely took a very deep breath. Fine. It's fine. Okay. It smells like it always smelled.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. That's great.
It was great. And I was so happy to see them back open. And the bartender, again, she was amazing, actually. Once she kind of figured out, like, I mean you no harm. Yeah. Those barflies do, but I'm a harmless one.
She's a little excited over here.
Yeah, she was amazing. So shout out to the bartending staff over there. I am just so happy that they're open. So yes, we'll post some pictures of the Mahafers place that I attended. Again, tetanus shot optional, or show your fake ID card at the door. That's right. But other than that, we have to take time right now, I feel like.
We do.
First of all, I'm talking to each and every one of you. I'm going to make a point to look dead in my camera right now because
I love it.
Stephanie and I just want to thank all of you right now, all of our lovely listeners and viewers and friends and family. Your guys' outpouring of support over the last few weeks has not gone unnoticed.
At all. It's been amazing.
It has been absolutely amazing. I'm being very vague here. Every person that has been following or liking or sharing
or just commenting to us
and telling us that, oh, I was listening, or, oh, I caught your thing, or I saw this reel. God bless you people.
Yes.
Because it's amazing. It makes our hearts happy. Thank you so much for your support and your words. We're so happy that a lot of our material and things are resonating with you guys, because we think, I'm sorry, but we kind of think we're funny.
Yeah.
And
we laugh the entire time when we're together, and we're like, someone else might think this is funny. Maybe
we're the girls that were having a glass of wine at the happy hour that all of us always say, oh my God, we should have recorded this.
Yes.
And here we are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say.
No, I think that's well said. I mean, it's well said. We had it going, and then I think that there was the presumption that maybe it fell apart a little bit, and it really didn't. It didn't fall apart.
We had some hiccups. Stumbled a couple times.
We did. We took a couple of stumbles, and some of the original intent that we went after changed, and then we went back to, okay, we want it to be this way. And then we found ourselves not wanting to talk about that stuff anymore. And then we had to take some life breaks. And then we took some other breaks, not breaks, just kind of figuring out what the next move is. And
we tried a few things professionally.
Yeah, we did. We tried. And I love every part of that, because it's gotten us to where we're at now. Yeah. And I think more control.
There's 100 ways not to make a light bulb. And all you got to do is figure out the one way to make a light bulb.
Yeah, that works for us, right?
Feel like we found it.
Yeah. And I mean, even last week, we had this amazing meeting that we've got some exciting things that are coming up. And when we originally went into this meeting, we're like, well, that would be great. Well, that would be great. But I think we were kind of like, well, we're going to do this, but we're still going to control everything in here. And I feel really good about it. I mean, I think there were quite a few times that Caitlin and I grabbed the table because we were like,
in this meeting. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But we have some really exciting dates on our calendar to end the year, truthfully, which is crazy. But yeah, we are full throttle. Just for the good people to know, salties, whatever you want to call them. We record on Monday, we post on Tuesday night, and we get the reels done, and it is self-produced. And so we thank you for all of your support. It's just it's just amazing. God it's bless so exciting, and it's terrifying and exciting. And
I'm gonna say it's exciting, and I, gripping the table at the meeting, I did this a couple times because it's a little scary. And that was something that we've always been prepared for the entire time. Do we really want to be out there? Do we really want to expose ourselves? Do we really want to, put out this material just for the world to be haters going to hate? I don't know if I can take that, but so far.
Well, we'll be a turtle sometimes. There are going to be times where we crawl back into our shell because we're a little overwhelmed with everything. And I'm okay with that. I know that.
Or staying tuned to the unedited subscription only bloopers reels we're thinking about putting together, because we air out.
That's going to have to be subscription based, because we could even include our pre-recordings, and those get dirty and naughty sometimes.
We're gonna need subscription based and NDA signed if you want the full access, people.
And we're gonna constantly say, we did change the names, Sue. These are real. These are actors, not real.
The people's places and names in this episode have been changed for their safety. And then I need the Law and Order sound. Go 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 go. Yeah. Anyway, in true Stephanie Caitlin fashion, we have ranted on about this. But again, thank you so much, because seriously, any type of accolades, any type of comments, any type of compliments, I don't know. And I told Stephanie and the lovely gentleman, Barry Rubin, who's the president of the Pinellas Beaches Chamber, that we had lunch with. And I'm usually a pretty self-deprecating person. I'm happy when people are pleased. And I just hope that, is everything okay? So this has been very reaffirming. I know personally for me, I think as well for Stephanie. So
me too.
Thank you. That's
and actually, out of the whole meeting, he told us all these things that he was going to do for us, and some of the things that we could get involved. And the only thing he asked for us is to mention that he wanted us to make certain that Brooks Brothers knew that he needed pockets in his shirts. He went to go put his credit card in his shirt because, of course, he treated like proper gentleman. And he did it on the sly, so we couldn't even do anything about it.
No,
but he went to go put his credit card in his pocket, and then was telling us this credit card story about how he wears Brooks Brothers, he likes Brooks Brothers, and it works for him, and it works for his body type, and he just wants to go to one store, as every man does, and order everything. But unfortunately, there's no pocket. He wants a freaking pocket. So Brooks Brothers, you need to contact him so that you can do some redesigning, or at least lead him in the right direction of a shirt that you might have that does have, I guess it was a left breast pocket was what he was looking for, right?
I think it should be. I think it, you know what? That's a very,
I don't know about a double one.
It's kind of how like the general society norm is to wear the watch on the left wrist unless you're left-handed.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's normal in men fashion, if the pocket is normally on the left side, usually always. I don't know,
but I do know that like men's jeans are on, like the buttons on the other side than women's. Women's are on the right, and men's are usually on the left.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if they are anymore, but when I worked in the retail world, they were.
Okay, so we'll have to talk about this, recording good people, because you're watching my reaction in real time.
Yeah, they were always on the opposite side. Men's were. I don't know if it's that way anymore. I'd have to actually grab a pair of Michael's.
I'm literally not wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants right now that have a button. I literally just
I'm wearing
down because I was like, okay, yeah, I guess.
No, I am. Mine are on the. Well, I guess these are on the left, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll have to look and get back because we're now derailing, but that's what we do.
One of the things that we noticed at the lunch very specifically is that obviously women love dresses with pockets. Anything with pockets.
Anything.
Give me the pockets. We need the pockets.
Yes.
I didn't realize this was also a struggle for men.
I didn't know that either. And he was really
that.
like, first thing, he just told us, let's talk about this. So here we are talking about it. I guess friendly nod to, yep. Shout out to Barry and
shout out to Brooks Brothers.
Lead us in the right direction, right?
Do the right thing. Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
do the right thing and add the pocket.
That's right. We have some exciting stuff that's going on in the back half. Most notably with Burger Week. We're really excited about that as everyone has seen some of our posts for that.
Excited.
Yeah, Max works for Park and Rec, and he was in the John's Pass the other day taking pictures. And
the participants.
Yep, of some of the burgers that were there, and it was such a good vibe. He had a photographer, and he was, putting them all together. And he said, if you want your picture to be here, come here. And so
that's nice.
And I'll flash another picture. That's why I was holding one of the samples, because they gave it to me to sample.
Yeah. I was gonna say, while I was in my Hoffers living my blessed Bloody Mary life, Stephanie's texting me that she's getting VIP access to try the actual burger for one of the participants in Burger Week. And I'm like,
that's right.
Please, sir, may I have one?
Like, yeah, and then I know, and then like another person was like, you need a beer to wash that down. And I was like, I'll never say no to that. And she's like, what kind do you want? I was like, whatever kind you're serving. And so she gave me a beer, and whatever. It's just another normal day on Tuesday, Friday, 2 p.m., whatever.
Honey, we live where you vacation.
That's right. Exactly. That's the way it works, right?
It's not an easy life, but it is a sweet, sweet life living by the salty.
It's someone's got to do it.
Got to do it. You know what? Right. Cheers to the someone.
Cheers to that someone. I volunteer as tribute. That's right. Always, right?
Yeah, we don't know what's in your cup either. All right, guys.
Neither do I.
Another thing we wanted to talk about, and I feel like we need to talk about condominiums tonight, a smidge. But one of the things that I think I want to go ahead and bring up right now, let's get into the Winn-Dixie first, because I feel like the condos is going to take us to probably the conclusion of the episode. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so.
We both just kind of got somber with that comment. And for people that don't live in the area or aren't familiar with the area, in Madeira Beach,
haven't visited, right?
Or haven't visited yet.
Definitely tourism is down right now. They didn't come back this year because they were
I was going to say, book the trip to Madeira Beach. Yeah. We'll leave the light on for you.
Yes, exactly.
But there is a grocery store, an actual proper grocery store called Winn-Dixie. You know what? Let's give a shout out to our Midwest peeps, because I've actually been noticing a lot of action going on in the Midwest regarding the sharing and liking and following. Yeah. In the St. Louis, Kansas City area, I would say it's kind of Winn-Dixie is kind of like the equivalent to a Price Chopper and Nooks. Okay, so Chicago.
Yeah, and up north, it's probably like maybe a Jewel, and then up north a Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is, your quintessential regular grocery store, big box store. It's been here in Madeira Beach for decades. And there's along these barrier islands, there's not a whole lot of the beach towns that actually have proper grocery stores. You got your fast convenience stores, all the things. I mean, there's one in Treasure Island, and there's one all the way down in St. Pete Beach, which that shopping center just unfortunately suffered a very untimely fire. So I don't even know if that one's open in the full capacity.
2 times.
There was a huge kind of merger buyout thing that happened regarding the Winn-Dixie brand, which as far as I know is majorly based in Florida. Aldi has acquired it, and there's certain amount of Winn-Dixie stores that are going to be converted into Aldis. Now, I want to prelude this, and then I'm going to let you go. I like Aldi. Okay, let's just get out of the way right now. When we first moved here, I drove my happy butt.
Yeah,
way to the Aldi in Seminole. Get it? There's a time, there's a place, all the things. I am so glad that brother went out and did Aldi while the other brother is doing Trader Joe's, same equivalent of the type of product. But we were told initially, or the general public, I guess, that the Madeira Beach one was not going to be one that was affected by conversion.
It wasn't originally.
No. And now it's been common knowledge now that our Winn-Dixie is going to be converted into an Aldi. And Stephanie and I kind of have mixed reactions with that, mixed feelings, I guess, because in our small town, proper brain, we think about the people that this affects. So when you think about an actual proper grocery store or grocery chain, if you will, you got the meat department, you have the deli, you have the bakery. And I mean, as far as I know, a lot of those people are there career tenor.
Yeah.
Right.
That's their job.
And we all know that all these don't have those counter service areas. So there's a lot of people that are going to be affected by this. But Stephanie actually was mentioning that a lot of the employees have been offered an option to the closest store.
Yes. Yeah, they have. When I spoke to, well, I mean, to just even go back to the specific Winn-Dixie, it's one of my favorites because it's such a hometown.
I know.
Winn-Dixie, and they have beach items. They cater to the beach. Like whoever does the distro for that specific Winn-Dixie understands who that audience is seasonally. Seasonally, they understand who that audience is. So that part is really sad to me that is going to go away. Then from a tourism standpoint, when you go on vacation, I know Aldi has really good prices and that helps in everyone's everyday life. But when you go on vacation from a tourism standpoint, you want to buy the damn Doritos.
Thank you.
And they don't sell the Doritos.
No.
And that's the problem is that I want to go buy Ruffles. I want to go buy Doritos. I want to go buy all of the stuff that I'm not supposed to be eating. And I attempt to not eat the rest of the year.
What if I want 7 different types of bacon choices? I get 2. You get 2 tortilla chip options. You get 2,
I'm not even saying that product isn't good. I'm just saying that you just want to go be able to eat it. And Winn-Dixie did a really good job of making it so like if you wanted to go just say everyone go and we're just going to go to the grocery store and you're going to grab what you want to eat. And there was pre-made meals, right? And then the boxes of donuts. I mean, the donuts. Who doesn't want a donut when you're on vacation?
Strudel. Everywhere we went on vacation, my parents would go to the grocery store and my mom would buy one of the strudels.
And we would
have that for breakfast like every morning.
You leave the knife in the box. The knife would be left in the box because you would eat it by the end of the week and everyone would just cut a sliver.
The butter just
lives in it. And then you would forget to you threw away the knife with the box. But I don't think Aldi has that. And so, yes, Aldi is taking
your Midwest brain because it's just like mine. I love it so much. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But it's true. Everyone knows what we're talking about. You take the glazed donut, you put it in the microwave for 15 seconds. You take then while you're waiting, you eat a piece of the strudel because the knife is already in the box. And then we got to go back to Winn. So that part is really sad from a tourism standpoint. Now, to what you said earlier about a people standpoint, according to what the good person at the front told me is that they're keeping 2 people to move forward with this Aldi, which is so sad because that means the rest of them have to go off the island, which is not a big deal because they're at least still being offered a job. But it just most of them, some of them are retirement jobs or they're Winn-Dixie is very good about hiring kids at a young age and teaching them the ropes. And the whole thing is just so sad for Madeira Beach. If you ask me, Aldi is supposedly not going to be opening until next year. And this one closes in August. I think they said
we're going to be out. God, I hate that.
It's so sad. I mean, there are other areas, and I guess with, there's a Walmart in Bay Pines that you can, curbside and go there. And I mean, there's options, but
I would be amiss. We have a Publix. Okay.
Yes, we do. We do. And they really good stuff for the hurricane. They did. And they let people camp out. I mean, I went to that Publix that Friday after, and we were all trying to get across the island. That was clearly just never going to happen that day, let alone any day. And they were doing everything they could to accommodate with the good people.
And I agree. I have nothing against Publix. I feel like, the Midwest people are going to resonate that price wise, though. You have your grocery store chains.
It's different.
And where, and I don't even want
Publix is like wants to be Wegmans, right?
It's a Wegmans. It's back where I'm from. It's the Wegmans.
It is.
It's not a World Foods. It's not a Trader Joe's. But back in my day, before those existed, it was a la-di-da. And they got really nice stuff in there. And they do buy one, get one and all the things. Honestly, the meat I've gotten from there, the deli's amazing, the pre-made sandwiches, all the things. I guess human.
Everyone loves a pub sub too.
Steph,
the only
yeah,
thing I don't love about a pub sub is the fact that you have to answer 46,000 questions because they're trained to ask follow-up questions, which I appreciate, but it's like, so I order it online now and then pick it up.
That's what I would do. And what I want to know is their compliance with employee training. How often are they secret shoppered? Because it is on.
Well, they probably are. You're right. They probably are. And it's like, what kind of mustard do you want? I don't know, freaking yellow. That's what I want. Well, we have Dijon, we have French.
Everything's a boar's head option. It's like, or we have boar's head Dijon.
Just give me the damn ham.
Just do it, right?
Care. Just make it. I'm more about efficiency right now.
Bottle's closest to your hand, Jeremy. Just do it.
Right? Yeah. Do you want it toasted? I don't know. How long does that take?
There's too many.
Do you want me to cut it in half? Of course. Do you think I could fit my big mouth around that whole gigantic sub? Anyway, so we're sad about Winn-Dixie.
Sorry, I swear we're sad. I'm just laughing because of the tangent. No, but yes, shout out. We'll be thinking about everybody. We're not acting like they're passing away. It's just, it's an end of an era.
It is.
And I feel like respect is owed and we are giving respect.
We are. And it's so sorry for the good people that haven't come to visit us this summer. And they normally do like a quick trip to Winn-Dixie and then go ahead and stock everything. It will be an Aldi, and maybe they will be more comfortable because I know Aldi has exploded.
But otherwise, until further notice, apparently 2026 Aldi, PSA, do your holiday shopping before you get to the island.
Yes.
Because you're going to need that food and beer and water and wine when you get to the VRBO.
Well, I was told that their liquor store was staying open.
How is it that?
I don't know. That's what I was told. That was what the woman told me. She said, well, the good news is our liquor store is staying open. I was like, well,
stay tuned, good people, because we will scout it out. We'll figure that out for you.
Because Aldi don't got a liquor store, that's for sure.
No, they don't. Although they have hella good deals on wine, but no, they don't.
That's not wine. Come on, we talked about Italy wine a couple of weeks ago, drinking. I
love you.
Literally.
I love you so much. I know so many women that get their wine at Aldi's that are raising their pitchforks at you right now.
They are. I got this box of wine. It's looking good.
It's better than you
finished 3/4 of it, so that feels good tonight. I'm not a wine drinker, so as we learned, I'm not a mixed drinker. I'm a beer drinker through and through. But we're sad about it.
Creature of habit. I had to move your beer out of the way to get my neutral tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, so one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we mentioned in this episode, and I know we've been rambling on, but there is a topic that Stephanie and I both pre-discussed before this recording, which again, I promise good people, we are going to get those pre-recording bloopers. It's going to be so good. But condos, what in the world is going on with condos?
They're just all over the board.
It's a lot.
Really it's a lot.
And it's nothing at the same time, right?
I think that's the best way to say it. It is everything, a lot and it's nothing.
And nothing.
Yeah.
So right now is a very weird time in the condominium world.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah. And you could sit there and say that Florida sales, well, there's three different things. There's three different categories the way that I view it.
Right.
Is that there's the category of home sales, single family home sales. Then there's this category of condos. And then there's this category of homes that are still being renovated or remediated from the hurricane. And so there's three different things. Single family homes are still selling at about 90 to 100 days. So that's average. That's real estate average. It's real estate average.
Minus the last 4 years of contradictory evidence.
So it's real estate average, and condos are north of that, meaning that they're more and they're going to push toward the 6-month mark. And that is only because of a variety of different reasons. And single family homes is just different. It's a different category. And then the condo is just a different category because you might have that are a retirement home. You might have some that are actually for a family. You might have some that are an investment. You might have some that have been hurricane stricken. And so they're still trying to figure that out. And they haven't gotten through all the laws that were required to have gone through by the end of 2024. And so every single condo, you don't need to be shy about buying a condo. You just need to look at it as every single condo is a little bit different. And you need to make sure that your realtor understands that condo. And if they don't, then you need to ask them to get in touch with the listing agent to explain it to you.
Yes.
And then we've got the remediated homes. So specifically to condos, don't be scared. It's all good. It's all good stuff. It's just a little bit longer than normal.
Just don't go into it blind. That's all we're saying. You know, the shoot from the hip kind of carpe diem attitude that has flooded our industry, I feel like, in the last at least half.
And maybe the national news in a lot of ways, right? Yeah.
God. So, but it just, you know, that game's over. It's over.
It is.
And so when we talk about the micro markets too, because you can see the sweeping cable syndicate headlines of real estate market down and numbers horrible and reporting, you know, it's all going to crash and the end is near and all of that. You need to make sure that you're talking to an agent that has a very quick close on what is going on in the market in which you're looking. That is not the case. It's not the case. I'm sorry. Here, it's a weird case here. Because you're right, when it talks about the different types of properties and the usage for them in which the potential buyer would use it for, it is a very weird situation. But I know, like right now, both of us are working regarding condominium deals, if you will.
Yes.
You have one in the hopper that's actually under contract that's actually getting close to the closing bell.
Yep.
And that unit, I mean, tell the good people, you can tell them what you will about it. But from my understanding, that was a unit that came on the market when there were already multiple units for sale in the building.
Yeah.
And it's a very niche type of community where it's located at in lifestyle, if you will.
It's a lifestyle. It's a niche community and it doesn't fall under, it didn't have to go under the milestone reports. It's not brand new, 2005, but it didn't have to hit the milestone reports as that. They've done structural integrity, of course, because that's required by law, but not the actual milestone report. And it did just go through a hurricane. And just because, you know, the condo that's down the road in another complex is selling as a, you know, a 2-2 with a den for a certain amount, doesn't mean that this one has to sell. It's just different. It's just different. So that's what's hard about condos. If you go into, like, let's say Seminole, or you go into Largo, you can absolutely sit there by zip code from a single family home, say, okay, what does a 3-2 represent?
Right.
By a zip code. But you can't do that with condos because it depends on the complex. It's super important that not only from a buying standpoint that you understand that, but from a selling standpoint, as a realtor that represents someone, you have to say to them, we're in it for the long haul. Right. This is not going to be a quick process. We're going to talk about the pricing. Everyone says, drop the price, drop the price, drop the price. And it doesn't always mean that's the answer to everything. Understand the value of it and the fact that the buyers they're just a little bit pickier. They can be right now, and they're not off the sideline, a lot of them, because they're still in mortgage rates that are between 2 and 3. No, I think that that's fair. And one of the things that I'll say when I own, like when I'm trying to sell a condo or a home specifically, but we'll just talk about the condos, and someone calls me, I will say to the agent, so you probably are. Right. Because I want to make sure that I'm not insulting them. You probably are, but have you sold or been on the other side of this complex and recently, because things have changed, just so that it gives them an out to say not recently, or it gives them out to say, no, I haven't. And I say, okay, let's talk about this complex so that I can explain to you everything about it so that you know, and that way when you walk into this condo complex, you can describe it and explain it to them. And then that's also another reason as an agent that I try and attend every single listing that I can.
Yes.
So that I can, like, and then the one that Caitlin was just speaking about that went under contract, I had a third showing. And I reached out to my 2 clients, the husband and wife, and I said, what can you tell me to woo this client? Because she needs to be wooed. The buyer, I'd already met her twice, but it's not my client. It's not my client.
Not my
I
client.
wasn't representing her, but I could understand what she needed based on what she was going through in her life. Because sometimes in a real estate transaction, you find out way too much than you want to know, which is fine, because it helps us.
107, no less than 107 Etsy shirts that say real estate agent equals therapist.
Yes, no less than that is right. And so I said to them, what can you tell me as the reasons why you loved living here?
Yes.
So that I can bring that to this client. And they just sent me an email of all these things. And I'm like, this is amazing. And I just regurgitated it. But had I not attended that listing and helped my buyer realtor manage that process, but
help
you exactly. But I mean, the whole point of the conversation was that, like, don't be discouraged by the condo market right now. It's just a little bit quieter than it has been for a variety of different reasons. And most of them, truthfully, are good reasons, because it's putting the condos back in a place where, I don't know, make America safe again. I don't know. Do we say that? Like, making them safe again?
Don't start.
All over our microphones.
We both did that. Okay.
Everything is about make the podcast great again.
That's right. That's right. We're bringing Salty back. Damn it. Okay.
That's right.
So I will say this right now. I don't currently have a condo listed, and I don't currently have, well, I do have a couple people that I'm helping keep an eye on things.
Yes.
But we don't have somebody boots on the ground. We got to identify the property, 1031. We're going, it's go time. This is what we train for. That's not what I got going on right now.
Yeah. Right. I get it.
This is what we train for. So what I do have is that actually over the weekend, I had a buyer couple reach out to me that I did help buy a condominium, and they closed last April. And so it was pre-hurricane, obviously. The only reason I'm going to bring this up, because we actually talked about this pre-recording of whether or not we were going to include this in our condo conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important because you got people too that own right now. And even if they're not considering selling, they're a little worried. They're a little worried because they're starting to see all the different listings that are coming on. A lot of the properties have had a decrease in value necessarily since the hurricanes. But again, like you're talking about, single family homes, now what is pretty much only considered an empty lot. Some of these other condominium buildings, I mean, they got rocked. Okay. Waterfront during these hurricanes. You got people that are paying now tens of thousands of dollars in special assessments that have already been passed to the current owners of some of these condominium buildings that now have to either rectify that or at least offer to pay that before they pass the bill and sell the condo. Otherwise, some of these buildings, when we talk about multiple units, you got 6 bells at the ball. There's already 6 women that are waiting against the wall to dance, and you just showed up.
Yep.
How do you position that differently? So the buyer couple that actually reached out to me, they are not looking to sell. What they reached out and concerned about this weekend was the fact that there was a unit in their building that just listed, and it was listed for less than what they purchased for just last year. Now, the thing is, there's been another unit that sold in the building that was a comparable, true comparable, because it's in the same building, same thing, same
which
all
the things. World of difference.
Right. And it actually sold last September for more than what my people did. So when this listing actually hit the market, hit the papers, hit the wire, all the things, it is considerably less. And that was concerning, obviously, to my buyers that had just invested in this property. And now they're like, dude, what is she doing? So they started out in the most kindest way by saying that our neighbor just listed their property and we told them that they messed up because they didn't hire the best agent in the world. Wink. And I'm like, so thank you so much for the kind words. But then it became very quickly, what do you think about that price?
It turned dark quick.
Well, it got a little like, if you don't have anything nice to say, come and sit next to me, Steel Magnolias. And I'm like, but as licensees, we got to be really careful on the ethics line that we walk. I don't know this listing agent. I don't know
No.
her business history.
Yeah.
I don't know the situation in which the seller is. Maybe there is a reason to the fire sale, if you
Yes.
will. He or she's got something going on in their life. We don't know how much they owe on this. This could be a free walk and clear cash payday. Thank you, sir. May I have another? We don't know. Okay. And I've
No.
never been that
I
unit.
will
I've
actually
never
say to
been
that
there.
though,
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
that
No, please go.
sometimes the buyers will want to know why they're listing. Well, why are they selling? Because they're concerned that there's something wrong. And we as agents, we want to
Yes.
know why they're listing because we actually want to know, not because there's something wrong, that's going to
No.
be discovered through
We
the
want to know if
inspection
it's time or
process.
money. What is important to the seller? Time
Exactly.
or money? You
Exactly.
can't have both, but we can figure out how to get the one or the other that means the most to you.
Exactly. All the other pieces will be discovered in the inspection process. Like it's like they're worried the boogeyman's going to jump out underneath their bed and they didn't know about it. But that is not why we find out. We find out because we need to know if it's time or money. And that situation that you're talking about,
what is their motivation?
It has to be.
That's what I said.
One of those.
That's what I said. So
but
I kind of replied
hard.
back. That's hard because you're a property owner in a community where you're thinking, if this sells for even that, if not less, how is that going to affect my property value?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one of the things that we're doing as realtors, which I heard on one of the podcasts that I was listening to today, is that we're actually, when we help someone purchase something, we're actually helping them build their wealth. And it's the truth, right? 100%. So when their wealth is being questioned or being compromised, that's a very, very fair question. And they just want to know and be validated that their purchase was not, that they didn't get scammed somehow. The whole thing. Yes.
Exactly.
And I understand that, but yes, you can't compare the subdivision that I'm in right here. You cannot, there's some homes over here. You cannot compare them to the home. Yeah, I get it. I understand what you mean.
No. So, I mean, all we wanted to talk about a little bit is because this is something real estate wise that we are hearing a lot of chatter about, whether it be on the buyer or seller side or company training or not. There's a lot of things that are going on in the condo world. And
and it doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. It just means that a lot of people even bought these condos when they were thinking that their money was going to go out, was going to burn a fire after 2020, right? Like that's what they thought. And now they're realizing, oh, I never come down here. Why do I need to have this?
Exactly. And the other thing, and then we'll shut the door on this specifically because I love these people so dearly, but we didn't even really intend to talk about their situation specifically until this very night. But the other thing I'll mention is that you have to look at usage. Okay.
Yeah.
It number one, does it provide you, the buyer and the owner, with the usage that you would like? Is it your snowbird destination? Is it just mine? Am I looking to have it make me money in the time that I'm not there? Is this purely a second home? Am I homesteading this? Is this my more than 6 months in a day property that I'm going to live my life in? It all matters because the last thing I'll say about this condominium building specifically is it's a nightly minimum lease. And you and I both know along these barrier islands, that is the cash.
That's golden,
baby.
Especially with the way Tampa folks come over here. They do it 2 or 3 nights.
That's what I'm saying. And so to me, when I did a quick glance over, there's so many things that are going for this community that the only thing that I can assume, which we don't do with our licenses, is that this has to be seller motivated.
It has to be.
And you know what? If they're able to talk to their neighbor and come to Jesus, and I noticed that, all the better.
Yeah.
I'm just not looking to go toe to toe with Holly or whatever her name is. I'm not looking to take your job. That's not what this is.
Or challenge what her decisions are.
I have people in the building that are vested that I work with. And so I'm looking out for their best interests. And if they want to talk to your seller, that's neighbor on neighbor, baby. That's a neighbor on neighbor. So anyway, before we get ourselves in too much freck trouble.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. And it's a very honest conversation people are having right now. But I think that there's so many more variables in that. But understandably, you just look at price and that's what it comes down to. And some people, that's the way they're motivated. And I don't think there's anything that people need to be shying away with condos. Each one is
No.
individual. Make sure
No.
you work with an agent that knows what they're doing in that
Yes.
specific complex. And it doesn't
Yes.
mean that the agent doesn't know what they're doing. They just may not be familiar with that complex, but find that out. And it's okay to say, but I still want you as my agent. I just need to make sure that we're really looking into this whole condo.
Well, and the other thing I'll say too is that like we threw out a lot of terms tonight, right?
Yeah,
we threw out
we
a lot
did.
of terms that only people in the real estate community are going to be familiar with. If you have any questions about a breakdown, even if the agent you're working with, you love them dearly and they are well versed in condo law, there's a certain amount of things that they need to know, even if they've never had a transaction
Yeah.
in the actual building or community.
Yeah.
There's certain condo laws that are just far bar Florida wise. That's a given. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We have no problem going over with you. We're not looking to step on anybody's toes. We're not looking to woo you away from the buyer's agent you're already working with. If you would just like a second glance of making sure that everything is being due diligent for you.
Yes.
Not a problem.
No, not a problem.
A freaking problem.
At all.
Yeah. I was going to say, you like our Spotify channel, we'll do it. No, I was kidding. I know we've kind of ran over tonight, but we're very excited, good people. And again, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. And you're giving these girls like confidence right now. So thank you. All right, guys. Well, as always, please feel free to give us a like and a follow on the socials. We are on Facebook and Instagram. We have our YouTube channel and Spotify.
We do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. See you next week.
Thanks again so much. Bye.